Sustainable Development Solution Network. And the mission, what is the mission of this program that is initiated by United Nations Sustainable Development Solution Networks? Uh, its mission is to create a world where every primary and secondary school student is equipped with the knowledge, values, and skills necessary to effectively responding to greatest challenges of this century. Because we all understand about the challenges that we face these days and nowadays. So what is the purpose, the mission of this Global Schools program? Its mission is to inform and teach youths in secondary and primary schools about these problems and issues, aware of them about these issues. And in this program, SDGs and international understanding are being incorporated and being taught. By international understanding, I mean that every single person in the world, no matter if under what kind of circumstances he or she lives, regardless of their circumstances, regardless of gender, regardless of their skin color, any of them, they are going to be taught about international understanding and SDGs. We need to through this program we're gonna learn about how to work together, how to come together and under one purpose, under one goal. Okay. In previous slide, we talked about SDGs, or otherwise it's called Sustainable Development Goals. And in this slide, we're gonna talk about what is this. Okay, SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals was launched on September 25th, 2015, in order to have a sustainable future. The reason that why it is so groundworking is this is based on two previous processes. By this, I mean that what is the reason that these Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs is so groundworking and different from other goals and other processes, because it is based on two previous processes. It means that generally we have had this kind of processes and goals. The first one was in 1992, which was about environmental problems, and the second one or the next one was Millennium Development Goals, which was 8 goals that UN member states have agreed to try to achieve them by the year 2015. And there was a problem about, I can say, issue about these two processes, and because of this they have created, and 193 members of the United Nations have come together and agreed in one sustainable in 17 goals. And the reason was this, that the two previous process was meant to be an agenda that addressed the challenges by development countries. It means that those goals were covering only development countries. What about the deprived countries? They are also important, as the development countries are important. So it means that it is more global and worldwide. It covers the challenges that every single person in the country faces that. Okay, we talked a lot about history and about what is Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. So now we are gonna move to what are these goals? Okay, this is an agenda that addresses the greatest challenges that we human beings face in 21st century, from poverty to gender inequality and climate crisis. As you can see, obviously the picture illustrates every single goals that SDGs have all the countries and leaders have agreed on. We're going to move to the next slide. Today, or I can say tonight, we're going to be debating mainly about two of them. The first one is gender equality, which is the fifth goal, and the next one is 18th goal, which is climate action. The first one, gender equality, is gonna be uh, covered by me, and the next one, climate action, is gonna be covered by Najia, my sister. Okay, we're gonna go directly to the on gender equality. So the very first question, first of all, we need to know what is gender equality. It means that I'm gonna go through the definition briefly. So what is gender equality? Gender equality by definition is the belief that all men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. You know what? When we talk about gender equality, feminism, and violence against women, this kind of things, mostly people think about violence against men. Actually, in reality, it is not like this. It is not the way that they think. So, by gender equality, we mean that working alongside of men, not without men, in cases of in areas of speech, education, and the right to vote, in countless other. These are not all of them. And also, when we come to the gender inequality, we actually talk about gender bias in education, child marriage, and other forms of gender bias, gender-based violence, poor access to healthcare, and countless other. Women, and the other point is women should be given their rights in order that they have social, economical, and political status as men. So it means that we need to have equal rights and opportunities in order to have a sustainable and development country and future where we can all live together with no war and no conflict in it. Okay, then we're gonna move to the next slide, which is an obvious example of gender-biased violence, or I can say gender inequality. Afghanistan is a country that has been conflict for many years. And in the picture, you can see women in Afghanistan. This is a situation how it used to be before for girls and women in Afghanistan before Taliban. Girls could go to school, girls could be, at least they had some opportunities in order to be the way that they want to be. They believe that it is right, like being an artist, being a singer, being a painter. They could be that, but unfortunately, this is the situation for girls and women in Afghanistan after Taliban. Girls are banned from going to school, universities, or any kind of educational centers. Yeah, women have been said how to dress. You know what? Our outfit is something that we personally decide about that. But in Afghanistan, unfortunately, we can say that women have been said how to dress. It means that they cannot decide about something very personal, which is their outfit. They are being ignored only because they are girl. They are being banned from going to school. They are being ignored only and only because they are girl. So all of us have this thing in our mind. We ask why, and the reason they really simply tells you is this: that because you're a woman, you're a girl, you cannot do this, which is really sad. However, it does not mean that we give up. Indeed, we even try harder than the past. As you can see in the picture, there are many ways that you can defend from yourself, defend from your rights, and stand from your rights, for your rights. Like protesting, which is kind of dangerous, that we cannot mostly do that, but instead, and you know what, I believe that education can help every individual to thrive and do whatever they want and whatever they believe is right, whatever they believe is right. And education can help girls to thrive, not to give up. You know what? Continuing getting education and gaining education is a kind of a symbol that shows that you haven't given up yet. You haven't given up yet. Okay, there are many other ways that you can educate yourself. One of the obvious examples can be EBA, Educational Bridge for Afghanistan, that helps girls to continue their school through online videos and online classes. It is really effective. It means that we haven't given up. Okay, I would like to conclude my presentation, or I can say my section or part, by sharing a code by one of the most famous feminists in the world. And here it is. So, what does heaven on earth mean? Sorry. So, what does heaven on earth look like? In the future, no one is hungry. Cost is no burden. War is a memory. In this future, technology is developed and deployed in service to all humanity. Healthcare is affordable and accessible by the many, and that future requires our investment on our part today. It means that we should not give up. We need to work for the future that I've talked about. It means in a future that there's no poverty, there's no hunger, there's no war, no conflict, and we need to take action now, just now. Thank you very, very much. And Najia is going to continue.
Uh, Ms. Frishta, before getting the chance to Ms.
Okay?
Najia, there are some points I want to add. First of all, I think you removed some points that I was added. Yes.
Okay, I want to start. I
Uh,
want to talk about
there
climate change.
there are some problems. It is developed countries, not development countries. Yeah.
I
Okay.
need the slide.
Frishta.
Sorry. Okay, in the name of Allah, I want to start with the greatest name of Allah, climate change. Okay, climate change. What is climate change? Climate change refers to the change in the environmental conditions of the earth. This happens due to many internal and external factors. The climate change has become a global concern all over the world. No corner of the globe is safe from the devastating consequence of climate change. Billions of tons of carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere every year as a result of coal, oil, and gas production. The last 4 years were the four hottest on records. Besides, this climate change affects life on Earth in many various ways. Climate influence how people live and what jobs they do, people's lifestyle including what they eat, the type of house they live in, all in some ways or another depend upon the climate and region's experiences. Not all the regions are affected in the same way, uh, but there are different ways that they are facing this. They are struggling with this climate change. This climate change are having various impacts on the ecosystems and ecologies. Okay. Like, what are the causes and the sources of this climate change? How we can understand, or what are the sources that they affect and they just cause climate change? Climate change is a phenomenon that happens as a result of human activities and natural causes. It's yeah, it's the two most famous and considerable causes that that cause climate change. Like humans, due to their need and greed, have done many activities that not only harm the environment but also their lives. And it producing greenhouse gases emissions at a record higher, and no sign of slowing down. Not sign of slowing down. Human activities that harm the climate includes deforestation, like forests play a very important ecological roles on Earth. But people, due to agriculture, housing, logging, and many more activities cause deforestation. That is the main cause of the climate change. Like using fossil fuels, industrial waste, different types of pollution, like we have air pollution, water pollution, sound pollutions, agriculture that that I mentioned that it causes deforestation, release of greenhouse gases, and many more. And climate and human activities is considered to be the main cause of climate change. Climate change. Natural causes include volcanic eruption, solar radiation, orbital variation, tectonic plate movements, and many more. They with that they are the causes of climate change beside or with human activities, and also due to these activities, the geographical condition of an area become quite harmful for life to survive, and also it raised temperature for Earth to a great extent, causing an imbalance in nature. And these two are the main causes of crisis and climate change that people and natural do. Okay, can you change the slide? Okay, why that we just talked about the causes that they they produce climate change that they produce climate change, and why should we care about climate change? What warmer climate, no problem, good for it to a great change in climate that can be permanent, and climate always changes. They some of them they think that climate change always, and climate is a problem for the distant future. We have more crisis issues right now, but they don't even think that we are facing these impacts of climate change right now in our daily lives, everyday life. Only they think that only rich people, developed nations, and can afford to worry about about environmental problems and this climate change. But no, every single person, wherever they are, they can take action, and even a change in their activity, they can do a very big thing to the climate change, to the climate. Okay, what is really happening under the surface is dramatic food cost increase, frequency of extreme weather events, water scarcity due to droughts and melting of glaciers. Like people nowadays face shortage of people due to change. They will have their house collapsed, and they cannot live where they are right now. Climate change here. Uh, change it. I've changed that. Okay, here we have the examples of climate crisis, like even one tree that can consume the carbon dioxide emissions. Like the next one is divided in two parts. Like the first, then the right side is an eco-friendly environment that all uh, all things like human creatures, species are living together in a very beautiful and great environment. But there, if we don't care about climate change, we will face that the half of the earth will be destroyed, and not half of it, but all of it. All of the earth will destroy and collapse, and there won't be any place to live. Okay, change the climate. Okay, what are the major impacts of climate crisis globally? There have many impacts that I just gathered some of them here. Crop failure. Like nowadays, in many regions, crops that have thrived for centuries are struggling to survive, making food security more precarious. People face shortage of food that they cannot find to eat, like countries like Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Several African countries are facing a severe food shortage that they cannot even they don't have food for their daily basis because these are the impacts of is due to the climate change. Then we have strong hurricanes, like the strong storms that cause many heavy rainfalls that destroy many houses and damage people's life. We have more frequent floods. Now, like last year, we had a really severe flood in Pakistan and many other countries that affect badly their environment and humans and people's life. Like they destroyed their houses, they couldn't leave, they just leave their places to for a better life, or maybe the thousands or hundreds just died because of these floods. And mass extension of species, like nowadays we have it caused many severe damages to people. Okay, like not nowadays many species and many living things are going to be extinct due to this climate crisis. Like not every species are able to get accustomed to environment that this climate change cause. Like we like many countries face extension of pandas that they are going to be extinct in a few decades if we don't care about this climate change and don't think about those species. Okay, scarcity. Like in many regions in most of the countries, the people are struggling from they are shortage of water. They don't have even a really safe and mm, clean water to drink and to continue their life with. More droughts, like this shortage of water cause more severe droughts that people are facing like this in this hot weather. Like it changed like more freezing, it changed like more freezing winters and boiling summers. Climate refugee increase, like due to these things that people are facing in their life, strong hurricanes, more frequent floods, and water shortage, and many more droughts in their area. They face and they have to leave their area, their regions, for a better life, for a better future, and this cause many. Um, they cause lots of changes in their life. And and what are okay? We just talk about these causes that they have in the our and in our life. Like, what are the solutions that we can do to help the environment and to have a really eco-friendly environment? Like, climate change has increased levels of uncertainty about our future. As, as its impact intensifies over time, one thing has become certain: we will leave the earth to today's children and young people and to future generations. Young people are not only victims of climate change, they are also valued contributors to climate actions. Like this, we are like the older generation has felt, and it's the young who will pay in full with their very future. It's our time to just take action to think about this crisis, these issues, and think about a solution, a really critical solution to this impacts on this climate change, like deforestations. Instead of deforestation, we can instead of deforest our forest, we can reforest them, like planting more trees, more plants, in order to have a really green and really friendly environment. More plant-based diet, just decrease the eat of or consumption of meats. Like try to eat more try to eat more plants instead of these meats. Crop deforestation, like stop cutting trees, cutting forests, because they are the only and irreplaceable thing consume the carbon dioxide. Renewable energy. We can use renewable energies instead of those coal, oils, and gases, like things that we can recycle and things that we can do that save our environment. Phase out fossil fuels like gas, oil, coal. Try to reduce the use of these things, gas, oil, coal, because they really damage and they release the greenhouse emissions and they cause a distraction to the earth. Reduce meat consumptions. As I said, that try to eat more plants instead of meats. And it's our planet and it's our environment that we should keep it safe and try to take action. Even a really simple change in your daily life can have been it will be a really great change in the environment. Like try to just turn off the lights that you don't need in your house. Try to uh, try to use like paper bags instead of plastic bags, and it really simple things. But even we don't think that it will bring change to the environment, but it really has impacts on the environment. Take action right now to have a sustainable and a really eco-friendly environment in the future. Change. Okay, I want to end this presentation with a really beautiful and powerful quote from Barack Obama. We did not come to fear the future. We come here to shape it. Like it, we are not here to destroy our earth. We are here to shape it in a really friendly and a really powerful and sustainable earth. And try to take action and do whatever you can to have a really sustainable Earth. And because there is no other planet in the universe. It's the only planet that we can live in, and try to save this planet by your actions. And it's it, and this is it. This is all. Thank you for your nice attention.
Thank you, Frishta John and Najia John.
Okay, and
Well done. Well done. Very nice. Thank you so much. Frishta John, I think you removed some slides
You're
that
welcome.
I have added in the section of gender equality. Yes.
You can mute it, please.
Please start from the first.
You know
Please-
what, sir?
please
I
share.
have added all of them in the slide that we have prepared because it was not. I can. You know what? There was no picture on that on those slides, and surely, I have added all the contents of those slides in our slide. Like as you could see,
Please
the changes
just
in
go
the gender
to
equality definition of gender
just share your
equality,
screen.
and
Frishta?
also many other
Frishta,
things
please
in
share
the
your screen. I want to add
SDGs
some
and
points.
also global schools program. I've added all of them in that, and I like wanted to talk about them orally instead of writing them in slides.
You missed some very important point. Just please share your slides from the second slide up to the end.
Sorry, really sorry. I couldn't hear you. Could you please repeat it once again?
Please share your screen. The gender equality part.
Okay, all right. Okay, I will do that. Is my slide visible?
It is going to be visible.
All right. Okay, from the very top one. So this is the first one, obviously. The next one is purposes, as you said,
it's
as you
okay.
told me that
Yeah, it's
you need
okay.
to add some purposes.
Good. The
And
next one.
this is the next one, which I have added, like initiated in October. I hadn't added it before.
Yeah,
And
just
after-
you told development country. Yes, it is not development country. It is developed country and developing countries.
Oh,
You repeatedly told that development country. It is not development country. It is developed
Developed countries means.
developed countries and developing countries. Afghanistan is a developing countries and the USA
Okay.
is a developed countries. Yes. So global school program.
Yeah, all right.
There's no need to explain a lot. Okay. When there is text,
Okay.
what is sustainable development? The United Nations or the countries, the member, the state member of the United Nations come together to identify the most crucial challenges that globally that human being are globally faced with. Those challenges are those 17 SDG goals. Yeah. One is that there's no problem in this slide. Go to the next one. Yes, this was lunch. Okay, it's no problem. Again, go to the gender equality part. The previous one. The previous, yeah. Just change gender equality, the place of gender equality with climate action. Okay, because of the order of the number and also the order of your presentation. Yeah. First of all, you are presenting the gender equality, then the climate action. Okay, the climate change. Not right now. Okay, I'm just saying for the you can do it later. Okay, I'm just.
Oh yeah, all right.
Okay, go to the next.
And this is the next one.
When you are talking about the gender equality, I added one slide. When we are talking about gender equality, actually we are talking about gender inequality. There is gender inequality in the world. So what are those gender equality that is very important for the all state members of the United Nations, that they have determined to solve those problems? What are those problems? What are those gaps actually?
Yeah.
I added those things, but
And
you
because
removed,
of what?
unfortunately. You should add that one. If you do not add that one, if you do not talk about gender inequality, then you cannot make understand your audience. Okay.
Oh yeah.
For example,
And because of
let
that,
me explain. For example, there is a difference in wage, in salaries. For example, there are two primary school teacher, one male and one female. The male teacher got $500 salary, but the female got $400 salary. There is no reason but the gender. She is a female and she got lesser salary than a male teacher. And the other reason, for example, in the world, it's believed that the woman and the female should not work in the leadership position. It is believed. It is not the problem of developing country. It exists in developed country as well. Still, the developed country people believe that women should not work in the top position, in the leadership position. Such a things existed. Such a things existed globally. That's why the United States member came together and put gender equality as a goal, as a very important goal to address, to solve the gender gaps, the gender inequality. Actually, there is gender inequality. That's why gender equality existed. That's why we are talking about gender equality.
Yeah, exactly. You know
that you should.
Now I can.
Yeah. No. And go to the next slide, please.
And because of sorry, just adding something else. And according to, I've brought some changes in this slide too. Like the third point I have added, like I would add all the things that you have like shared with me also, but and just mentioning the third point, as you can see, there is like I have to.
You should add if you don't want to add those points, just when you start about talking about what is gender equality.
No, I want
to point it out.
They're really good.
You should point it out that there are gender inequality globally, That's why the state member of the United Nations came together and select and determine gender equality as a very important, as a very critical SDG to be addressed. And please name, for example, the different the gaps, the difference of wages. Men get higher wages than women. Why? They are performing the same duties, the same responsibilities, the same position. Even in some cases, the woman teacher, for example, or the woman employee is the woman education is higher than men, but still the man employee got higher salary than a woman. Why? You should stress in those in this point.
That I should bring an example of it.
Okay, go to the next slide because time is going fast.
Yeah, nearly up.
Go to the next one.
I have changed it. Isn't it visible for you?
Yet, not yet. You have written after the Taliban. It is not after the Taliban. It is under the Taliban rule. Okay?
There is no after Taliban. I have said that.
The next slide. The next slide.
The next slide. Yeah.
The situation Taliban, for women after the Taliban. It is not after the Taliban. It is under the Taliban rule. After the Taliban means post-Taliban. It means there's no Talib right now. Yeah, now it is correct. Under the Taliban rules.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's really obvious. Okay, should I change it?
Yeah, go to the next one. Is there anything else? I don't know. I couldn't note it out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean, yeah. That. Please put that quotes from the feminist. Make it one slide. Make it one slide because when you.
Yeah, it was in progress. I was adding that.
Yeah, you add that one. It was very great. It was very great. And one more thing about Najia. Najia John presented very well, but she don't make a hurry, and also be very confident. Your English is very good. Your action, just make your tonation, your intonation, and your voice a little bit higher, and speak a little bit slower. Okay, you speak very fast, and the audience couldn't catch you. You are very good at English. There is no problem. You have provided very good points and topics. Just be confident. No American students is better than you. Believe me. You are very good. Just be a little bit more confident. Talk a little bit slower. And don't explain very much. For example, in this slide, you explained too much. Don't explain too much. Crop failure, it is very understandable. Climate refugee increases. You can just give a simple example. That's fine. Thank you so much. That's all. That's all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mujda John, please be ready to present your presentation.
Okay, I will consider everything that you said.
Just take
thank you for sharing that.
Najia John, just take note and practice with yourself. Okay, practice a lot because Friday is very near, and we will have. Just be confident. Everything is okay and great.
Yeah, thank you.
You just need
I will
more confidence.
work on it.
Your sound shouldn't vibrate.
Okay. When we will have our session or our
Friday,
meeting?
inshallah. Coming Friday.
In which time?
It is actually 8:30 morning. As usual.
Okay. I will be prepared for that.
Thank you. Mujda John, are you there? I think there is only me, Najia, and Frishta, and also Nargis Alizada. There is no one else.
Yeah, some people just came and go.
and left. I don't know where is Mujda.
And
Mujda is going to present about what was his topic about quality education. It is very important topic, but I think she is not ready, or she is lost her confidence.
how long will it take? I mean, this meeting decision should be taken.
Which session? Tonight's session
In,
or
no,
our
Friday's session.
Friday session? It might be about 1 hour and half, because they might
Can we
ask you,
tell?
because they might ask you questions about maybe there is no question about climate change, but there might be lots of question about gender equality. The topic of gender equality also, in every place it is argumentative. There are too many questions, people argue, discuss, raise questions, people debate. Yeah, Frishta, use the, you should not use I'm debating, you should use I'm presenting, okay?
Yeah.
Debate is when there are two people and they are denying each other's opinion, that called debate.
Yeah. Because of, you know what, kind of, I wanted to make it like not very personal. And the one person is